So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss different approaches of work breakdown structure. So let's move ahead with approaches of work breakdown structure. So the first approach in developing the work breakdown structure is to use guidelines. Okay. So if there exists a guideline to develop work breakdown structure, then it is mandatory, compulsory for the project management to follow it strictly. Let us take an example of US Department of Defense, which prescribes the form and content for work breakdown structures for a particular project. So many Department of Defense projects require contractors to prepare their proposals based on the provided work breakdown structure. So these proposals must include cost estimations for each task in the work breakdown structure. As we have seen, the whole breakdown structure constitutes different tasks. So the cost estimation required for each task is to be mentioned in the guidelines at a detailed as well as summarized level. Then the cost for entire project must be calculated by adding the cost of all the lower level work breakdown tasks. So when Department of Defense personnel evaluate cost proposals, they must compare the contractor's cost with the Department of Defense estimates, and if it observes the large variations, then it will not acceptable. We need to redesign, reformulate the task. Then second is analogy approach. So this analogy approach is basically provided for similar kind of projects. So in analogy approach, the work breakdown structure is some similar kind of projects which are used as a starting point. So this approach was used by Boeing for the development of several of their fighter aircrafts. Then next is top-down approach. So this approach states that if you need to take a biggest task or project, then module the same whole project and break down them. Means in short, the whole project is divided into small tasks, and it requires more logic and structure for creating this work breakdown structure. So this approach will identify the solution first and then dissect the solution into smaller steps which are required to implement it. Then one more approach that we have is bottom-up approach. So this approach is popularly used to develop new systems. Okay. So as like top-down approaches, these bottom-up approaches are also used by different software projects. So this approach requires team members to define as many tasks related to that project. Okay. Here, each task are aggregated and organized in a summary level, and the number of tasks which are present on the higher level is just present in the work breakdown structure. So the team members brainstorming is done basically in bottom-up approach to identify many activities which are possible, and they are organized into major components. Okay. So definitely there is not a natural flow, since the team has to come up with a solution and then categorize it under a main component. So basically it consumes more time than the bottom-up approach, since team has to commence the brainstorming sessions. And finally divide all the identified tasks under major components. Again, we have one more approach, that is mind mapping approach. Basically, it allows the members of the project team to record their ideas in a non-linear fashion when developing the work breakdown structure. How it is clear. So in this concept, the main idea is written in the middle and the ideas that are developed are depicted branched out from it. So basically this mind mapping approach is used to record individual ideas with a random fashion whenever we are going to develop work breakdown structure. So this is a kind of visual documentation technique. Here also brainstorming session type of meeting might be used to develop the mind map of work breakdown structure. So these brainstorming sessions should involve a variety of team members that come from a variety of job roles as well as different responsibilities. Right? Then we look some of the advantages of work breakdown structure. This work breakdown structure forces the team to create a detailed step. Create a detailed map of each and every work. So it will help to reduce the ambiguities, to provide the budget and schedule at the ground level, as well as this work breakdown structure provides for a level of detail that makes it easier for project manager to hold his team members accountable and responsible for completion of their individual tasks. That's why this structure allows for the allocation of time as well as cost estimation for all kinds of work products. Then work breakdown structure can also be utilized in identification as well as minimization of risk. And finally, this structure facilitates the effective identification of the skills required to complete the work, and thereby helps to increase the productivity with the help of this work breakdown structure. So for these contents, I have referred the Roger Tresman book, Software Engineering, a Practitioner Approach. Basically, volume number 27 covers all the kinds of